Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. And Aries, this is going to be your mid-August 2024 reading. And we're going to be doing Carol's check-in. And I'm going to start off by looking at a pattern that's showing up in your life right now for healing. Now, when I talk about pattern, it's something that you're aware of. And whenever it shows up, you know, because you kind of get emotionally charged about it. It's kind of triggering. It's going to bring up some things for you. And our ego self sometimes has a tendency to try to come in and, you know, we can numb out. We can not deal with it, resist dealing with it. Or oftentimes we can blame ourselves or spin on something and tell ourselves all kinds of stories as to why it's not a pattern and why it's happening. So it's really important to look at our patterns because that's the universe's way of telling us, hey, look, this is what you need to heal right now. This is what's coming up from your unconscious, which is, you know, buried in your shadow somewhere. And so we're going to be doing some shadow in part 2, some shadow work. We're going to look at your shadow. And so if you're not familiar with the term shadow or shadow work, I've left a really good video for you to tell you how to do shadow work. And it's taken from my other channel, Carol Cares. And that's my other YouTube channel. And so this video is called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And it's a really good compilation of how I do shadow work myself. I've been on my own healing journey for a number of years now. And yeah, so it's about facing your own shadow. And so we're going to look at what is coming up in your unconscious that needs healing in order for this pattern in order for you to break this pattern. Otherwise, it's going to sit in our shadow and it's going to keep coming up for us to heal. And then finally, we're going to look at what's important is we're going to look at advice from the tarot as to how you can begin to heal this, because that's what's really important for you. And I'll also provide you with another video from Carol Cares that is more specific to how you can heal this. And so in today's reading, I'm going to be using the Tarot Grand Luxe, and I'll also be using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. It's a smaller deck, but it shuffles a lot better. And a couple announcements before I begin. I'm going to attach your August reading at the end of this as well, if you haven't had a chance to see it. Also, exciting news, I am beginning now some personal readings for the first time on this channel. It's a young channel. So I did put out a small video, really short video today, I believe, which so it'll be a couple days now once you see this video, a couple days ago. And you can see that it's on my channel. It's also on my community page. And I'm going to link my Yellow Cardinal Tarot website page for you in the comments section and also in the description box if you're interested in learning more about my readings that I'm offering you. So there are 5 readings and I've done them before on this channel. All right, so let's begin with what pattern is showing up in your life right now for healing. And I'm going to ask for one card from the tarot. From the Tarot Grand Luxe. One card for Aries, please. Oh, here's the card. 8 of Coins in reverse. This is what's showing up for you. What aspect from your shadow is driving this pattern? What aspect of your shadow is driving this pattern? Ooh, you have the 8 of Cups, so 2 8s already. And finally, what advice does the tarot have? What advice does the tarot have for you right now as to how you can start to heal? And you have the Page of Wands. Okay, and there's one card that turned over in here, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's clarify this with 2 or 3 cards. So tell me more about the 8 of Coins here, Tarot. I just finished saying they come out quick, and we'll see. The 8 of Coins, 2 to 3 cards. Not talking. Wow. Usually it talks. Oh, here we go. You have the Queen of Swords. It handed it to me in, right in my palm in reverse. And one flipped here. Another one. All right, you have the Knight of Cups. And we'll see, that should be okay on that one. And the Eight of Cups. Tell me some more about the Eight of Cups, Tarot. 2 to 3 cards here. Woo! Liked how that all came out. King of Pentacles. And the Judgment card in reverse. And the Temperance card. 2 major arcana cards here sitting here in your shadow for you, which are major universal forces, major energies. And the Page of Wands. Can you tell me 2 to 3 cards here to clarify that, please? Here's one. You have the Six of Cups. And one more card, please. Okay, not coming out. We'll try it again. One more card, please. I can't believe I was not talking. I just took this deck out in my last reading I did, and it came right out. Boy, there we go. Got something for you. 2 of them, Knight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so we got some cards here for your reading. Let's start off with the pattern that's showing up for you right now. You start off with the Eight of Coins. And the Eight of Coins is the Eight of Pentacles. And in an upright position, the Eight of Coins talks about coins can be everything to do with your workspace, your health, the body itself. The coin body itself is the coin, is the pentacle. But in this card, the Eight of Coins, the Pentacles, it talks mainly about you sitting in a position, what you're doing, like a job, a career. Even if you're retired like myself, it could be something like you're looking for something else to do, because what you're doing right now, what you commit most of your time to, it's not bringing you satisfaction. Because in an upright position, it's a job where it's bringing you satisfaction because it's a purposeful job. For example, this just came up where I'm a retired teacher in Canada, and so I retired and moved to another province, a different province, and then I tried to go back to my same career once I was retired and do a little bit more teaching, and I couldn't anymore. I couldn't do it. It was just not fulfilling whatsoever. In fact, my body started to speak to me, and some pain was coming up, and I woke up one morning and it said, you know what? Quit this job. And once I quit, the pain went away. It was excruciating leg pain. And I have a tendency to listen to my body and listen to what it's saying. And so you're sitting in this position right now where, again, and maybe it's a pattern. And so it could be something that you're going, it's coming up again for me. I'm hearing this nudge. I'm not feeling like what I'm doing is satisfying. It's like you want more purpose in your life, and that's really essentially what it is. You want to do something that's purposeful to you, purposeful to other people. And, so that's what you're feeling right here. And the Queen of Swords here comes out afterwards. And the Queen is the feminine aspect to ourselves. And she right now is in reverse. And the swords talks about our authenticity. So she's the queen. It's the feminine side to us, that our authentic selves, our true authentic self. Because you want to be your true authentic self. You want to do something that's authentic to you, that's meaningful. But for some reason, you're blocked from doing it. She's blocked. And this will bring about some feelings of a lot of maybe some anger that's brewing in you, because when we have a pattern that's showing up in our life, it's going to bring up some emotions. And it could bring up some hopelessness as well. I mean, you could be sitting maybe in some hopelessness because you don't know how to get out of this situation that this Eight of Coins is representing for you. And so you're sitting in some hopelessness here. You're feeling this block. Like you're feeling like, what's the point? I can't get out of this. And you don't see a way out of it. And you're feeling quite depressed. And the Knight of Cups is here. And the Knight of Cups talks about you want this freedom. You want this freedom to carry your cup. You want this freedom to be able to have authentic relationships. And so, I don't know how this is going to, come out with you, with this being maybe the workspace, but also this freedom here to have authenticity in all your relationships. And that could be in your workspace as well. Maybe you just feel like you don't belong where you are right now in your workspace. You don't get along with people, or it's just not you anymore, right? And so this is all coming up for you, these emotions around this again. You don't know what to do with it, feeling hopeless, wanting your freedom. Yeah, so this is a pattern, and it's your universe speaking to you, saying, okay, what's in your shadow right here that needs healing, so that you can make this step forward for yourself. Well, the Eight of Cups comes in, and this is an individual that's walking away, and it's in your shadow. So we're talking about something from your childhood. So I see here that it could be you had somebody walked away from you when you were younger. Maybe there's some abandonment things here. Maybe you're just feeling like a lot of guilt around walking away from this particular workspace or this situation that you're sitting in, because when you were younger, there was a situation here where maybe somebody walked away from you. And so for you to do that right now, it's bringing up this pain of when this happened with you. And but right behind it in your shadow sits the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is our ego self. And our ego self, your ego self is sitting in your shadow, blocking this pain that you need to get to from when somebody walked away from you, maybe some attachment issues, some abandonment issues. And the King here is petrified. Our ego self is petrified of emotions, and that's why it blocks. It blocks, the pentacle is your self-worth, is your shame. And so maybe there's some real shame here that's sitting here in your shadow that needs to be felt, feeling like you didn't matter. And if we're sitting in a situation here where we want to change our life, this pattern up here, and if you have something in your shadow that tells you, well, you don't matter, you're not going to feel worthy enough to put yourself first, because you have this shame, this unworthiness from someone walking away from you, and your ego self is blocking it. It feels like it's protecting you, really. But the Judgment card comes out here in reverse, and that's a major arcana card, major universal force here. In an upright position, the Judgment card talks about these people hearing this calling, and they're rising to it. It's blocked here. And I'm going to say, it's in reverse because Your ego self is blocking it. There is a call here for you. There's a call here for you. It's sitting in your shadow. It could be, you know, a call for you to go in a different direction. And you're feeling it. You're feeling it. You want to make a change. And the Temperance card comes right behind it, another major arcana card. And the Temperance card often speaks to me of middle ground. And I like this one because it's this angel that's just dipping their toe into the water. And the water is our emotions. And it sounds like there's some pretty heavy shame or unworthiness that's sitting here because your ego self doesn't want you to touch it. But the Temperance card's coming out here and saying, it's a little reminder here from the universe saying, you know what? I know this feels heavy to you. And I know this unworthiness that's sitting here is something that might feel like it's this incredible task to try to get to. But the universe is saying, you know, well, let's just do this a little bit at a time. That's what the Temperance card is. We just have to dip our toe into it a little bit. Just a little bit, you know. And so what needs healing here? Where do you start? Where do you start? Well, you have an inner child card coming up. This is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is an inner child. There are 4 inner children in this deck. And you can have more than one inner child. I know that mainstream psychology says you just have one. But I've dealt with many inner children in my own system, dealing with my own trauma. And I have a Page of Wands. Everyone has a Page of Wands. This is the younger part of you, the younger child in you, inner child, who knew at 4, 5, 6 years old what they wanted to do, what purposeful thing they wanted to do. I'm not making this up. You have an inner child that has a wand in their hand. We talked about at the beginning here about getting back to your authenticity, and in you wanting to. You're not being happy with the situation you're sitting in, whether it's a job. And here's this direction that this call is coming for. This Judgment card is sitting here in reverse. It's like there is something here for you. There is something here for you that's calling you in a different direction. And this younger child knows the wand is the purposeful direction we're meant to go into. It's in reverse here because it's blocked. Our inner children need to be listened to, need to be heard, and need to be given a voice. Need to be given a voice. Right beside, I just saw it now, is the 6 of Cups card. And look at this card, it's an exchange. 6s are a duality. And in this particular card, this is an exchange of cups. You have an older child giving it to a younger child. This is you. This is you giving time to your inner child. This is an inner child card. And this is my inner child card, the 6 of Cups. And so your inner child definitely needs healing. It's time for you to start to listen to them. What do they have to say to you? What do they want to tell you something? And that they are the ones that hold our memories, they hold our trauma, they hold our emotions. And you have a Knight of Swords. And the Knights, did I talk about Knights? This is the first Knight I think you got. Yeah. The Knights in my deck are called my freedom fighters. They are the ones, it's like an adolescent part of you that wants to be free. We all want to be free. And in particular, we want to be free to have this sword in our hand, because the sword is our authenticity, right? It's the sword that's going to cut through all the bullshit of all the shit that we've been told all our life, and we believe that we can't do something, or we're too old, or it's too late, or well, here he comes, and he's ready to cut through all of that. And so there's this real part of you that wants the freedom to go out and be you, your authentic self. Oh my God, I didn't see this. Here's your 8 of coins. Here's your 8 of Pentacles. You started off with the 8 of coins in reverse, and you want the freedom to be you and to be able to take your life and do what you want to do, right? What brings you joy? And what brings you happiness? And what gives you purpose and fulfillment? Beautiful way to end this. I love this for you, Aries. This 8 showing up here. Beginning in reverse and then ending here for you. So I want to say that it's time for you to get in touch with your inner children. Now, how do we do that, right? I know the tarot's telling me what to do here. So this is where I kick in and I say, well, the way that I get in touch with my inner children so I can hear what they're saying and what they know and what they're telling me is I journal. And I just don't do the journaling that, you know, people tell you online. I have a lot of journal videos, so I will give you a playlist on journaling. And in that, you'll learn how to journal from what you're hearing. You know, if you're hearing things like, I'm too old to do this, well, then that's your writing prompt. I'm too old to do this. If you're hearing things like, you know, I don't matter, or I'm too stupid, that's your writing prompt. I'm too stupid to do this. And I teach you how to journal from your emotions and what you're feeling. And that's really pulling from our unconscious and pulling from what our inner children are holding and what they believe, because they are the ones that are going to block this, because they're the ones that have our answers. But I shouldn't say they're the ones that are going to block this. They're what are coming up for you to heal. And if we don't heal, then that's how it gets blocked. And you also have your ego self here that's blocking all of this. So, we got to it. That's an awesome reading for you, Aries. Okay, so Aries, I'm going to leave you with journaling. Have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This is a difficult journey, but it's the most important journey of your life. So take care, stay safe, and I will see you in September. Bye.